hello, and welcome to another installment, darlings, of Atlanta's Up and Rising, and where we take what we have here in Atlanta and those who are coming here from surrounding areas, and we're going to showcase them for you right here so that you can understand, honey, who is on the up, who is rising, honey, who is looking to go out into the omniverse, honey, beyond the stars into the next gamma quadrant. Now, how about that one? I'm your host. I am Demetrius Big Meach Taylor. And if you want to find out anything about me, or if you want to be dishing tea with Big Meach, honey, you can find me at www.dishingtea.com. But, yeah, you already know this ain't got nothing to do with me right here. Honey, right now, I want to introduce to some, present to others, this young man right here. We have a few things in common, honey. We're both transplants, honey. We've been down here in Atlanta for the same amount of time. Mm-hmm. We have the same amount of interest in carrying on. And, well, okay, I was going to say something, but I won't. Without any further ado, this is the one, the only. This is Mr. Steve Knight. What's going on?
What's going on?
Everything. I'm everything, and everything is me. What's going on in your world is the better question.
A lot right now, you know. Trying to make some things work, you know. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's start here because we're really going to make this thing work. And let's start with how we always start, because the folks got to get to know you and another. So tell folks, who is Steve Knight?
Stephen Knight is a singer, songwriter, also an internet radio host, such as yourself.
Well, get out of there.
The Stephen Knight Show. But I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Moved here 7 years ago to pursue music, you know, and just been on the grind, hustle. I'm an uncle, a brother, son, you know, cousin.
He said, I'm an uncle, brother, son.
I love my nieces and nephews.
Okay. All right. Now, let's go here, because one of the things that we always find out, you know, everybody, you know, when we're following dreams and pursuing them and carrying on, we want to find what our passion is. When was it that you realized that music was your passion, and what made you decide to say, this is what I want to do?
I think from as long as I can remember, music has always been a passion of mine. And then, you know, as I got older, it was something I really wanted to pursue. So that's what made me, you know, step on faith really and decide to move out here without a job, you know. And but it, you know, worked out, and really coming here has opened a lot of doors. You know, meeting some really good producers, you know, and some really good just people who are doing things. Because there are a lot of entrepreneurs here, a lot of people in music and in radio and television, you know, here in Atlanta. So being able to network with them and kind of build my brand and, you know, continue to try to do my thing, you know, and you'd be surprised how far it can take you, you know, just by stepping out there and putting yourself out there and working hard at it, you know, where it could take you. So yeah.
Okay. Now, exactly what is the Stephen Knight brand?
Well, it's obviously music, and then my show, that's something that kind of came out of nowhere. I was asked to do it, and at first I said no, because I didn't want to do it. But then I thought about the platform, and then, you know, who I could meet. And the more I thought about it and was kind of pursued to do it, you know, I was like, persuaded to do it. I was like, okay, yeah. And so I think it's a combination of that. And then, you know, people, you never know who's watching you. So you get asked to do other things like host events, you know, be on the red carpet at events, you know. Like there's a award show that comes that's out here every year, the ATL's Hottest Entertainment Awards, and usually they have me do their nominee gala. You know, they have me, So my show, we usually broadcast there live and interview the different, you know, nominees and whatnot. So So yeah, I mean, just things that you never thought you would be doing or even asked to do, you know. And then people wanting to be on your show, you know, you have a waiting list of people asking to be on your show, wanting to be on your show. It's, you know, you get surprised with hard work and, you know, what it can do.
All right. Okay, so now, the brand is taking you into different elements. You know, Tone, or he's now B Slade, use this and say, you know, he's like an octopus. You know, have all these different tentacles, and he's able to still be like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is Coke, but it's also Dasana, it's Minute Maid, it's this, that, but it's still the brand of Coca-Cola. So in taking you into these many different facets of entertainment, what is it that your music is going to say, or that grounds everything else? Because if music is the grounding force, what is the message of the music that can be spread through the other mediums?
Well, my music, for me, is, I don't sing about anything I don't believe. I sing about having a good time. I sing about love. I sing about breakups. I sing about things that everyone goes through. I don't sing about killing people and do things I wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Because it's not realistic. People that know me, they're like, really? But no. So I think that music can be diverse. I mean, even the type of music I do, like I'll do R&B and I'll do R&B pop. I'll do, gospel sometimes, especially when I perform live. I think music, it doesn't have to be classified in one genre. Like if you're an artist, if you can do different types of genre, because I remember I did this, my very first pop song I released, the first person that bought it was in Japan.
Wow.
This girl in Japan, she bought it, and I was kind of, because it shows you on, your, and so I was like, okay. So, you never know who's feeling your music, and it was a song I did back in like 2009 that last year a lot of people were just hearing about it, and, on YouTube, well, I'm just hearing about this song, why am I, So it's just like, you never know where music could take you, but that is the foundation of what I do. But I realize that, it's like hitting the lottery, if you're gonna be big. You can be big in your own world, but in terms of being a household name, that's like hitting the lottery. So I think it was a good idea for me to decide to do my show, because you never know where that could take you, what I mean? Because my whole thing is building my own self so that I can be my own boss one day and not have to work, make somebody else rich.
He says he can be his own boss.
Working on it.
Okay, now, in order for that to happen, of course, as you say, it's the hard work, it's the dedication. What happens to be some of those business lessons that you're learning about the business of show?
That's the biggest thing.
Because, what is it that has stuck with you and has been one of the hardest lessons to get?
I just remember when I first moved out here, right away I was signed to an independent label, and that was like a big deal for me. It was good for exposure, but in terms of, just getting me out there, I didn't feel like it was the proper move for me, but I was able to get out that. But then as I decided to be my own manager and kind of take things and control myself, a lot of people out here that prey on people who are hungry and prey on people who want to be successful and who, will work hard and spend money and work hard to get money to spend. And they'll take advantage of you. And so it was funny because when I came here to do this show, the lady at the front desk, she joked with me. She said, well, do you have your $50? And I said, $50 for what? Well, it's $50 to get in the studio. I said, all right, well, see y'all later.
Right.
My mother taught me a lesson. She said people will charge you what you tell them you're worth. So if you're paying to perform everywhere, if you're paying to perform, or they're at a club making money off people coming to the door, making money off drinks and food, and you're paying for that, you're paying their rent. So she told me that. She said they'll pay you what you tell them you're worth.
If you don't say that right there, right there.
Yeah, that was a big lesson for me. My mom told me, because my mom, she used to be in music. Growing up, they had a group. It was kind of like the Gladys Knight and the Pips, and they used to travel. She's from D.C., so D.C., Maryland, all that whole area, performing like at nice venues. And she said she'll tell me like my music. I'll play her a song. She's like, I used to think she didn't know what she's talking about. She she's just to an older genre. But then I would tell somebody what she said. Well, yeah, I actually do hear that. You know what I mean? So I take her advice, but especially when it comes to business, people will take advantage of you. And so, even in growing my show, we're in our fourth season, learning the business, what can we do to capitalize on making money off the show? not just making money, but you still got to eat. You know what I mean? So my team, we can, I have 6 people on my team. What can we do so we're all benefit from it and being able to give a good show? I think that people are motivated by money a lot of times, and so if you have a team that's getting a little something here and there, that motivates them to bring that in the game. And so that's what actually I was just having a meeting about that yesterday with one of my producers. It's about being smart business-wise, because you'll be working your butt off, doing this show and doing that, and doing the vocal lessons, whatever, and never get anywhere because you're too scared to step out and know the business end of it to what's gonna make you successful. Because you can be as talented as you want to be, but if you're not business savvy, you'll just be another person, or you can be taken advantage of.
Somebody singing in the church choir, that's all. Sang for Jesus, right. Sang good, sang pretty.
Exactly.
So we are on this whole thing with music these days, and I say this often, about the way how the music is. The music is very angry these days. You're a young man. What is it that you want to do in the industry that's different from your peers? Because your peers right now seem to be on a whole another wavelength.
Yeah. I just know that, like, if I go to perform somewhere, like I did, I opened up for this fashion show, and the people really were feeling the music that I was singing, and it wasn't about being angry, or it wasn't about being, so I just continue to try to make music that means something to me. That, like I said, that I'll sing and not be like, I hope my mom and hear me singing this, or my family or my nieces and nephews hear me sing that. If I stay true to who I am as an artist, I think that I'll be fine, because that's not in me to be angry or to be those things. That's not me. You know what I mean? So I just try to stay true to that, and I think that when you are authentic, people will see that, and that's what will contribute to your success.
All right. Authenticity, children. Authenticity. Okay. Let me go here, because I always ask this of artists, particularly musical artists, because the music industry is always known for sex, drugs, rock and roll. Okay, and we have seen the demise of many children because they get caught up.
Right. Yeah.
What keeps your integrity, and what keeps you from being out there? And this is not to say that you're not a man and you don't have your own dirt.
Right. Yeah.
But what keeps you on the up and up?
I think my faith. I pray every day that I'm doing the right things, and then I have friends that will tell me. I have friends and family that they'll just be like, pull me to the side and be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And so I think it's a combination of that, and I think the fact that I haven't achieved the success that I think most people try to achieve so soon or that fast. I think that as you get older, you get smarter, and get wiser, so that when certain things come to you, you know how to deal with them. And so I think it's a mixture of all that.
Okay, now let me ask this, because in this business, and you already know that your second home, if it's not your first home, is in the studio.
Oh yeah, I was there last night.
Okay. If you're not there, then you're somewhere about to get there.
Right.
Okay. How do you balance your work and your professional life from your personal and home life? Girlfriends, significant others, soon-to-be wives, or play toys, or whatever it is. Just be honest about that. Because oftentimes those who are not in the industry don't understand the dedication.
They sure don't.
So how do you manage that?
For me, I think that there's certain days that I won't do. Well, I plan. Like for my show, there's certain days that this is the Stephen Knight show days. That I'm gonna focus on this with my thing. I may touch other things, but these are my primary days for this. And then I try to schedule things. I don't mind working late. I don't mind, working hard. But I just try to make sure you have to have a balance, because you'll get burnt out. And it's like work. Someone that works every day and never gets a vacation get burnt out. So I do try to balance that and try to really make sure that I have time for me to just be me and hang with my friends and my family and stuff like that. But also that I can just go hard in the studio or go hard doing my show and even my work, my 9 to 5, because you have to have that balance. Because if one suffers, then that kind of compromises everything.
A domino effect, baby. It's a domino effect.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so now let me go here. Tell me and the audience, those who are your biggest influences musically.
So many. Well, the greats, Stevie Wonder, Luther Vandross, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Mary J. Blige. I think I'm the kind of person, I'm a singer. So like, if you can sing, I can like something that you do, even if I don't like all your work. Like I'm not a huge Beyonce fan, but she's talented.
Okay,
I mean,
but
you can't
say that out loud.
No, right. I'll get jumped. But no, she's extremely talented. You can't take that from her. She works hard. She puts on a great show. You know what I mean? I don't know all her songs, but there are some songs that I do know. You know what I mean? So it's just like if you have that talent, then I'll find something that I like of you. I really like. But I've been influenced because I grew up with music. My dad, Marvin Gaye, Temptations, everything. My mom loved Aretha Franklin, So I'd always heard all that in the house. Isley Brothers, all that in the house. So, those were influences that kind of geared me, not even trying to be like them, but kind of take from those elements and create my own sound.
Okay, all right. Well, here, let's do this because I want the folks to catch you, and I want you to get ready for this. Okay. So now, I want you to let everybody know where they can find you. Okay. All your social media, all of your faces, your tweets, all of that. Okay.
Well, my website is stephennightmusic.webs.com. That has links to everything. Twitter, Stephen Knight 32. Facebook, Stephen Knight 32. 32 is a family number. That was like our athletic number. We all had 32. So, but yeah, look for me. I'll be out there. Stephen Knight Show, or Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I'm there. And music on iTunes. That song I'm about to sing is coming out in a couple weeks. It's called On My Way. But you can go on my website and hear the studio version. So check me out. Yeah.
Well, all right. Look at this. Now, ladies, I'm going to say this out loud because he has some of the most beautiful brown eyes, child. Okay? And I'm sitting up here like, damn. Oh. Anywho, I'm going to let this child go ahead on and do his thing. So without any further ado, I want to welcome you to the wonderful musical stylings of Mr. Stephen Knight.
Yeah. I never felt like this before. This love feels incredible. Together we can do anything. So eternal feels like infinity. Baby, I'd run till the end of time just to have you in my life. I will never, ever, ever let go. Give me your hand, come grab a hold. Let me touch you right to your soul. Let's do it together, make it last forever. Let's let it be for all eternity, till the ends of the earth. I will follow you, girl. Girl, I love you forever, forever, forever. Till the ends of the earth, I will follow you, girl. Many girls have come, they have gone, but no one compares to you alone. Well, so baby, I'm trying to make you see our future feels like a fantasy. No doubt this love is here to stay. I know you feel the same way. Never, never let go. Give me your hand, come grab a hold. Let me touch you right to your soul. Let's do it together, make it last forever. Let's let it be for all eternity. eternity, till the ends of the earth, I will follow you, girl. Girl, I love you forever, 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 till the ends of the earth. See, I will follow you, girl. Day I felt to be everything you thought you'd ever need. I love you forever. Girl, I love you forever. I promise I'll always be true, 'cause can't nobody do it like you. I love you forever. Girl, I love you forever. I love you forever. Right to your soul. Let's do it together. Make it last forever. For all eternity, till the ends of the earth, I will follow you forever. Forever, forever. Ends of the earth, baby. I will follow you, girl, forever, forever and ever.
Hey there, Atlanta. How are you? This is Demetrius Big Meach Taylor coming at you. I wanted just to entertain you and to give you a little bit of insight of what we are all about. And I'm sure by now, all of you have started to check us out, what we're doing here at Atlanta's Up and Rising, honey. If you have not checked out any of the former episodes, honey, go to my YouTube page at Big Meach 1 on YouTube, and you can see all of the episodes that we have already aired that has been on public access television. But for those of you who really don't know what we're trying to do here, this here is about you. This is about bringing out your inner everything, honey. If you are an entertainer, if you are an author, if you are an entrepreneur, a business owner, whatever your talent is, this is the format for you to come on in and to let us showcase you, highlight you, spotlight you, so that you can grow, move, be, and become the star that you already are. If you would like to be a guest right here on Atlanta's Up and Rising, just shoot us an email at atlantaupandrising@live.com. That's atlantaupandrising@live.com. If you want...
Noah, please come in. You can't possibly see where we're going.
I'm not seeing where we're going. Listen, I couldn't take the smell anymore, so I needed some fresh air. And one more thing. Don't expect me now, one, to look up a finger to clean up that bottom of the ark, all right?
Whatever, Noah.
Get to stepping, woman.
Whatever.
Get back inside. Women need to be inside the ark, not outside. Thank you very much.
Americans are trying to make their travels more time efficient. These tips may help. Stay at an airport hotel the night before your departure, so you don't have to leave quite so early. Remember, many airlines have cut back on meal service. Get food at the airport or ask your hotel to package a meal to go. Larger airports have shops and hotels right inside the terminal that offer everything from banking and salons to dentists and rooms where you can nap or shower.
If you're among the nearly 20% of Americans planning to move this year, you might pack along these tips from experts. First, a timetable helps make sure all the things that have to be done get done before your move. For instance, you should start packing non-essential items about a month before the big day. Assess your moving needs and pick out the proper truck size. Try to lighten the load. The weeks prior to moving are an excellent time to get rid of things you don't need. Pack belongings in strong boxes. Truck rental companies sell all kinds of packing materials, such as bubble wrap. To significantly speed up unpacking, mark the outside of each box with the contents and the room where it should be taken. In extreme temperatures, leave indoor plants until it is time to pack them. Be sure to pick up the truck the day or evening before to become familiar with the vehicle. For more tips, ask your rental company.
Whether it's a birthday party, reunion, or an anniversary celebration, a little bit of planning can make your next family gathering a more memorable experience. Experts say the fondest memories of a party often result from the host's preparation and attention to detail. For example, use an RSVP on the invitation so you can get an actual count of people attending. This can help with your menu planning. And skip putting loose confetti in the invitation. Many people find this annoying. If you're planning a dinner party, include the menu, a map, and directions. You can have a guest book available and invite your partiers to sign in as they arrive. You can then present this to the guest of honor as a keepsake of the event. Try setting a theme with a different food in each room or on each table. Allow 4 to 6 hot hors d'oeuvres per person. Don't serve gooey, drippy sauces near expensive rugs or furniture. Keep some carpet cleaner on hand just in case.
Dog owners who learn some flu prevention tips can give their pets a longer leash on life. While dogs can't be vaccinated for the canine flu, owners can take steps to minimize the dog's chances of exposure and help prevent the problem from becoming more serious. Start by discussing the canine flu problem with the dog's groomer and the people running the doggy daycare center or boarding kennel. Ask them how they prevent the spread of infection. What do they do if a dog develops a cough, and will they notify you if your dog is exposed to a sick dog? If your dog starts to cough, take him to the vet for a thorough checkup. If you think you have been exposed to a dog with the canine flu, wash your hands and clothing. Disinfect any surfaces you may have touched. While canine flu can have potentially serious consequences, be assured that the majority of dogs who get it do not get very sick and only exhibit mild symptoms.
Fire extinguishers can do a lot to minimize damage and prevent tragedy, but only if they're used correctly. Stand 6 to 8 feet away from the fire and follow the 4-step pass procedure. First, pull the pin out. This unlocks the operating lever and allows you to discharge the extinguisher. Next, aim low. Point the extinguisher nozzle or hose at the base of the fire. Then squeeze the lever below the handle. This discharges the extinguishing agent. Releasing the lever will stop the discharge. Finally, sweep from side to side. Moving carefully toward the fire, keep the extinguisher aimed at the base of the fire and sweep back and forth until the flames appear to be out. If the fire reignites, repeat the process. Before you begin to fight a fire, make sure everyone is left or is leaving the building. Make sure the fire department has been notified. And make sure you have an unobstructed escape route to which the fire will not spread. Remember, it is dangerous to fight a fire under any circumstances.